Alright, today's trivia quiz is an interesting one because I am an American and I am living in England. The category is the American Revolution. Now this happened hundreds of years ago. We all get along now, so no hard feelings. We're all friends. This is a 21 question trivia quiz about the American Revolutionary War. Good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. What was the name of the first British parliamentary attempt to raise revenue through the direct taxation of all colonial commercial and legal papers, newspapers, pamphlets, cards, almanacs, and dice issued? That was known as the Stamp Act. Question number 2. The flag was designed by and is named after the American general and statesman Christopher Gadsden in 1775 during the American Revolution and features what animal with the phrase, "Don't tread on me"? The Gadsden flag features the rattlesnake, specifically the timber rattlesnake. Question 3. What is the historical name for the incident that took place at a Massachusetts harbor on the evening of December 16, 1773, in protest against the British for taxation without representation? That harbor in Massachusetts was the Boston Harbor. It was known as the Boston Tea Party. Question number 4. By what alliterative name is the group of American revolutionary leaders known as, who united the colonies, led the war for independence from Great Britain, and built a frame of government for the new United States of America? By what alliterative name? They are known as the Founding Fathers. Question 5. By issuing what document that was adopted by the Continental Congress on July 4th, 1776, all of the American colonies severed their political connections to Great Britain? The name of that document was the Declaration of Independence. Question 6. On the morning of May 10th, 1775, the Green Mountain Boys, under the command of their leader Ethan Allen, crossed Lake Champlain at dawn, surprising and capturing the still sleeping British garrison at what fort? Definitely one of the Green Mountain Boys' best victories. It was Fort Ticonderoga. Question 7. How many British colonies were established during the 17th and early 18th centuries, forming the United States of America, who together declared their independence from the country of Great Britain? The answer is 13 colonies. There were 13 of them. Question 8. Who was the British-American writer and political activist that wrote the 47-page political pamphlet Common Sense, which greatly influenced the colonial sentiment towards the American Revolution? The man who wrote Common Sense was Thomas Paine. Question 9. Though the name had been used in generic fashion well before 1765, when locally organized groups started to merge into an intercolonial organization to oppose the Stamp Act, they began using what name formally? That was when they started going by the Sons of Liberty. Question 10. Known for his cunning and resourcefulness, Francis Marion earned what animal moniker for his exploits during the Revolutionary War, which also inspired many colorful interpretations of his life and military career? Francis Marion was known as the Swamp Fox. Question 11. During the American Revolution, a member of the Colonial militia who agreed to be ready for military duty with only a 60-second warning was known by what nickname? If you could be ready to fight in 60 seconds, you were known as a Minuteman. Question 12. The Continental Congress commissioned what man as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army on June 19, 1775 because of his previous military experience and the hope that a leader from Virginia could unite the colonies? That man was George Washington. Question 13. Which American military officer switched sides and fought for the British during the American Revolution, making his name synonymous with traitor and treason in the United States? The answer is Benedict Arnold. Question 14. October 7th, 1777 was the first major American victory of the Revolutionary War as General Horatio Gates defeated General Burgoyne, inflicting 600 British casualties. What was the name of that battle? The first major American victory was at the Battle of Saratoga. Question 15. The actual signing of the Declaration of Independence finally took place on August 2nd, 1776. As President of the Second Continental Congress, what man was the first to sign the historic document? The answer is John Hancock. Question 16. Which American Revolutionary folk hero was immortalized in an epic poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow that told of his famous midnight ride in 1775 to warn the colonists that the British were coming? The answer is Paul Revere. Question 17. The First Continental Congress convened in Carpenter's Hall in what American city between September 5th and October 26, 1774 to discuss America's future under growing British aggression? They met in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Question number 18. On September 22nd, 1776, Which American revolutionary hero, who was only 21 years old at the time, was hanged for spying on the British, and before he died famously said, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country"? His name was Nathan Hale. Question 19. Don't fire until you see the white of their eyes. The origin of this alleged command to the American Patriots at what battle on June 17, 1775 may have been Colonel William Prescott's order to reserve fire because powder was scarce? The answer is at the Battle of Bunker Hill. Question 20. What was the name of the treaty that ended the Revolutionary War between Great Britain and the United States, recognized American independence, and established borders for the new nation? That document was known as the Treaty of Paris. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROAD TRIpVIA. I don't know about you, but I was today years old when I found out that Nathan Hale, the guy who said, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country," was only 21 years old when he was hanged. In my mind, I picture all these founding fathers as being old dudes, 50s, 60s, white hair, that look like the pictures you see like of George Washington now. But I forget how young a lot of these guys were. This guy, Nathan Hale, 21 years old, man. He hadn't even got started, and he gave his life for his country. I am a little bit older than that, and all I do is sit in my room and play trivia on the internet. I'm gonna need to do something a little more substantial in the next few years. But not right now, because right now is question 21, today's trivia tiebreaker. Another awesome American, one of the most famous quotes from the American Revolution. On March 23, 1775, what man signaled the coming revolution when he spoke at a Virginia convention and allegedly implored, "Give me liberty or give me death"? The American patriot, famous for saying, "Give me liberty or give me death," was Patrick Henry. I'm going to go right now and look up and see how old he was, because this particular trivia subject has caught my interest. I think tomorrow we're doing the American Civil War, so I'm going to be reading a lot of articles and watching a lot of YouTube videos between now and then on just some old American military stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's trivia quiz. Check back tomorrow for the American Civil War trivia.